So let's dive in to the fascinating world of clackers, the explosive noisemakers that took the 1960s and 1970s by storm. These intriguing toys, also known as purveyors or knockers, were definitely a product of their time, and their popularity is a testament to the unique cultural landscape of those decades. Clackers were developed in the 1960s and quickly gained popularity among children and teenagers. They consist of two acrylic balls, usually attached to a string with a loop or ring in the middle. The objective was to make the balls collide with each other, creating a distinctive clacking sound that gave the toy its name. It might sound simple, but trust me, it took a bit of skill to get them going. At the height of their popularity, clackers became a real phenomenon. Kids would proudly show off their skills and compete with each other to see who could create the most impressive clacking patterns. And it wasn't just about the noise. The balls were often made in bright, eye-catching colors, amplifying their visual appeal. The 1960s and 1970s were an era of rapid social and cultural change, and clackers fit right into this exciting atmosphere. They were inexpensive, easy to carry around, and their unusual design quickly captured the imagination of young people everywhere. It's easy to see why they became such a trendy toy during this time period. But as we'll soon find out, there was a darker side to the clackers craze that would eventually lead to their downfall. Now that we have a bit of background on the origin and popularity of clackers, let's take a closer look at the various names and designs that contributed to their widespread appeal. As I mentioned earlier, these toys were known by several different names, including curbangers and knockers. The variety of names speaks to the widespread fascination with these toys, as well as the subtle differences in design and materials that existed among them. Clackers came in various shapes and sizes, but the basic concept remained the same. Two acrylic balls connected by a string or cord with a loop or ring in the middle. Some variations featured slightly larger or smaller balls, while others had different shapes, such as cubes or even stars that would clack together. The different designs allowed for a bit of personalization and individuality, which surely added to the toy's appeal. The color options were another aspect of clackers that caught people's attention. They were often made in bright, attention-grabbing hues, including neon colors, and even translucent versions that would catch the light in interesting ways. Some clackers even featured glitter or other eye-catching details, making them a must-have accessory for any child of the 60s and 70s. The various names, designs, and colors of clackers all contributed to their widespread appeal. These toys offered a unique combination of sound, visual interest, and an opportunity for personal expression that was hard to resist. It's no wonder that they became such a popular fad during this time period. However, as we'll see in the next section, their captivating design wasn't without its risks. As much fun as clackers were, they also harbored a hidden danger that many people were unaware of at the time. Let's examine the hazardous nature of these toys, specifically focusing on the risks of shattering and injuries caused by flying shards of acrylic material. The primary issue with clackers was that the acrylic material used to make the balls was prone to shattering, especially when subjected to the repeated force of being smashed together. Over time, the balls would develop small cracks, and the constant clacking motion would eventually cause them to break apart. When the balls shattered, sharp shards of acrylic material would go flying in all directions, posing a serious risk to anyone nearby. Kids playing with clackers often sustained injuries, ranging from minor cuts and bruises to more severe injuries, like deep lacerations or even puncture wounds. In extreme cases, the shards could even hit someone in the face or eyes, potentially causing permanent damage. The hazardous nature of clackers was a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. It was only a matter of time before the risks associated with these toys would attract the attention of regulatory authorities and concerned parents, leading to investigations and consumer complaints. But before we delve into that, let's take a moment to appreciate the cultural impact and legacy of clackers, as well as their influence on toy safety regulations and their place in popular culture. As we discussed, clackers were not only a fun, trendy toy from the 60s and 70s, but they also posed a significant safety risk due to their propensity to shatter and cause injuries. The growing number of incidents and consumer complaints eventually caught the attention of regulatory authorities, leading to investigations and the eventual ban of clackers in various countries. It's important to note that while clackers were incredibly popular, not all of the injuries and incidents were widely reported at the time. However, as more and more cases came to light, concerned parents and safety advocates began to voice their concerns publicly, leading to increased scrutiny of the toy's safety. Regulatory authorities, such as the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, started to investigate the hazards associated with clackers. They found that the acrylic material used to make the balls was indeed prone to shattering, and the resulting injuries could be quite severe, particularly if the shards struck someone in the face or eyes. It didn't take long for the authorities to take action. In the United States, the CPSC banned the sale of clackers in 1985, citing the risks associated with the toy's design and materials. Other countries followed suit, effectively putting an end to the clackers craze. The banning of clackers serves as an important reminder of the need for toy safety regulations and the importance of constantly evaluating and reevaluating the potential risks associated with popular toys. It also highlights the role that consumers and advocacy groups can play in bringing attention to these issues and prompting regulatory action to protect the public. Now that we've delved into the origins, designs, hazards, and eventual ban of clackers, it's time to explore their cultural impact and legacy. Despite the safety concerns and eventual disappearance from the market, clackers have left an indelible mark on popular culture and toy safety regulations. One of the most significant outcomes of the clackers craze is the increased awareness and emphasis on toy safety. The issues surrounding clackers brought attention to the potential hazards posed by seemingly innocent toys and highlighted the need for regulatory oversight to protect consumers, especially children. The banning of clackers served as a wake-up call for both the toy industry and regulatory authorities, leading to more rigorous safety testing and regulations for toys in the years that followed. In popular culture, clackers have become a symbol of nostalgia for those who grew up during the 60s and 70s. They're often referenced in TV shows, movies, and books, serving as a reminder of the unique cultural landscape of those decades. The toys' explosive nature and resulting ban have only added to their mystique, making them a legendary part of the collective memory for many people. Today, clackers are often sought after by collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate their unique place in the history of toys. While they may no longer be a popular children's plaything, they continue to captivate the imagination of those who remember the excitement and danger that accompanied the clackers craze. In conclusion, clackers, also known as cur bangers or knockers, were a fascinating and hazardous part of toy history. Their cultural impact and legacy served as a reminder of the importance of toy safety regulations and the enduring allure of the seemingly simple plaything that captured the hearts and minds of a generation.